So in addition to this NASDAQ short, I added crude oil. Copper, just, being an economically weak one, I would have added it, but you can see this is a fairly decent uptrend. So it does appear there's some resistance here and it's starting to turn down, but just for the moment. But this is a decent uptrend, so I haven't shorted that one. But crude oil, I did. Um, Crude oil just appears to have rolled over a little bit better. This was this crazy rally, stock market rally from last week. It never made a new high over that, and it's just doing a better job rolling over. I remember, last week it was the weakest one. It doesn't appear to be so much an uptrend, but it just appears to be hitting in resistance. So that's why I took that one short, but I didn't take copper short. Just for another example of a chart here, just looking at this one, but you can see here. So here's these big sell-offs, and the stock market almost redid all those sell-offs and came all the way back up here. But here's crude oil. It's just stayed down here. So there's that big bounce day, that big crazy day. And it never went above that high. And it's tested it a couple times. The range has got really small. So, it's fairly speculative right now to think that this could break down. But it's all dependent on if the stock market starts creating and crashing. I think it'll catch steam. So a little bit more speculative on this one, but just remembering this was the weakest, I feel like, on the sell-offs. It doesn't have as good of an uptrend right now. It didn't have as good of a bounce, but it's failing to move right now. It's literally doing nothing. Um, whereas the stock market appears, this stock market is sort of, has some good momentum. This chart formation is much better for a short. We've got this gap down, we've sideways range, we've got this breakout out of that range. So this is much more of a short opportunity. The crude oil is just a little bit more speculative, and it's been going against me since I shorted it. So, just expecting. So obviously we're going to need some more weakness. Um, that can happen overnight, and we may need to hold it overnight because, during the day there's just these big funds and all this arbitrage happening, and they're constantly shifting between positions, and with all the volume, sometimes it'll sort of support certain markets that where the chart formation is okay, and sometimes you need to wait a minute. But it doesn't have to go very far. I mean, you literally have uptrend lines, down here at 62, 61, 75. So it doesn't have to go far that it could pick up some steam to the downside. So just sometimes, the markets, they do fly and can give opportunities to be a little bit speculative, have some good ideas, and get really good trade positions on sometimes. And this is just, looking for some correlation here. It is a bit more speculative, so it may or may not work out. But just wanted to add, I did throw in that. So, that's a little bit out of the money right now. So currently we've got NASDAQ short 5. We're up 16, 15, 16,000, and crude oil we're down 2,200. So that's where we are.